necessary for human capital development. Ongoing recruitment into Anambra health sector is for indigenes, non-indigenes. Power sector, electricity workers issue Minister Adelabu 2 weeks ultimatum. And on the foreign scene, flood kills 11 people in South Africa, cut off 1,500 homes from power grid. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Chidima Oranwa. Welcome to the news at 7. Anambra Arts and Crafts Exhibition has kicked off in Awka, the state capital. The 4-day event, sponsored by MTN and 10 others, is being organized by the Anambra State Ministry of Culture, Entertainment and Tourism in partnership with the ABS, National Gallery of Arts and 3 others. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha reports.
Declaring the event open, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, represented by his Chief of Staff, Mr. Ernest Ezaji, said the event is necessary for human capital development and that art and craft works being produced in the state, some of which are from waste materials, will help in making Anambra a fun place to be.
Doing the roads, building the tourist place, we want people to come and feel good factor, enjoy. You have some evening. Na push chair, Ghana our solution fund city. You may see Ghana part of it in all this fantastic art. You probably don't quantify the gain about that 5-10 minutes. You now feel good. Check for your BP and all those things. That is the Anambra we are building.
On his part, the Anambra State Commissioner for Culture, Entertainment and Tourism, Comrade Don Onyenji, said Governor Chukwuma Soludo is determined to discover abundant talents in the state and expose them to local and international markets.
There is work everywhere. Think. God gave everybody a talent. If you sit down and reflect, you discover your own. And that discovery is what Mr. Governor and the solution team is working to achieve across board in Anambra State. So I want to thank you, like Chief of Staff said. This event is continuing till Saturday.
Special advisor to the governor on youth empowerment programs, Dr. Nelson Omenora, who noted that most of the art and craft works are done by young people, encouraged youths without skills to try and get 1 or 2 in order not to be left behind in the 21st century, adding that there is no better time to be an Anambra youth and now that there is Governor Soludo, whom he said is intentional and committed to making sure that no Anambra youth is left behind in policies and programs of the government.
If you don't have skills, if you don't have something you are selling, if you don't have a particular initiative or idea that you want to put out there that will solve people's problem, you'll be left behind. That is why the governor has invested so much in training of our young people through the One Youth Two Skill initiative. And that is why he's doing a whole lot in making sure that our Solution Innovation District is up and running.
Comrade Emmanuel Oramalo, who led Awka Blacksmiths to the event, called on government to recognize Awka as a technological hub and build technology village to reduce capital flight from the state, thereby improving local economy. He recalled that when farming was entirely manual, Awka men were well celebrated because they go around different places producing farm tools. An African cultural enthusiast, Nkechi Udeboka, who led a disability group that specializes in turning waste into wealth, said the event is necessary for the new generation because it is rooted in the culture of Igbo people and Africans in general. Mrs. Zita Eze, who equally led pupils of Community Primary School Okpuno in Awka South local government area to the event, said Governor Soludo's charge on skills acquisition has helped in bringing out talents of the young ones. Reason they are at the event to showcase different beadworks, handbags and other things Anambra school children can produce. In Awka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obrike, has reiterated that the present administration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo is committed to promoting competence, experience and dedication above every other consideration in all recruitment exercises in the state. Dr. Obrike stated this while responding to questions on the ongoing recruitment exercise for health professionals into the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Gabon House correspondent AGK Abana has details.
He said that the recruitment is for qualified senior medical officers, nursing officers, community health officers, community health extension workers, junior community health extension workers, health assistants, and health attendants, saying that it was in error that the advert said that opportunity is only for indigenes of Anambra State. Dr. Obidike explained that the exclusion of non-indigenes goes against the vision, mission, and manifesto of the governor, who is committed to fostering unity among people in the state. The commissioner also stressed that application deadline has been extended from 30th September 2023 to 1 more week by Governor Soludo to allow time for more entries. While projecting the present administration as inclusive, the commissioner pointed out that a large chunk of appointees and civil servants under the employment of the state government are not indigenes of Anambra, assuring that the recruitment exercise will be conducted freely, fairly, and transparently as directed by the governor.
You know, in the manifesto of governor, he said we are going to look for the best hands. We are going to employ, retrain, and retain, and train. That is specifically written in the manifesto. So these are one of the processes. And this is also going to speak to the next area that the governor says that we are going to ensure that we want to end the era of healthcare facilities without medical personnel.
The executive secretary of Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, pharmacist Chisom Uchem, who apologized to the states and Nigerians for the misleading advert, said that it was discriminatory and a contradiction of the attributes of Governor Soludo's government.
I, on behalf of myself and the Anambra State government, I wish to express sincere regret and apologies.
She reiterated that the state government makes merit-based appointments and that immediate steps have been taken by the agency to rectify the oversight, and expressed her commitment to the lofty vision of the present administration. Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Christian Aburume, among other top government appointees, were present at the briefing.
Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Nonya Soludo, will be providing free cervical cancer screening for female civil servants and public servants and wives of male servants and public servants in the state. The free cervical cancer screening, to be carried out in collaboration with the World Health Organization (WHO) office in Anambra State, will be held in the Head of Service Conference Room, Jerome Udoji Secretariat Complex, Oka, today, Friday, 29th September 2023. The Anambra State Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Iwewe, who made the announcement in Oka, stated that the initiative is aimed at promoting women's health and raising awareness about the importance of cervical cancer screening. She explained that with cervical cancer being a significant public health concern, early detection through screenings can make a profound difference in saving lives. The head of service commended Mrs. Soludo for her role in creating wider education on the dangers of cervical cancer among women and for spearheading the just concluded free screening treatment of 5,000 Anambra women. She further noted that by introducing the free screening for female workers and wives of public servants in the state, the governor's wife has once again shown her passion for women's health and the overall well-being of Anambra female workforce. Note that Mrs. Soludo is currently the Anambra State Cervical Cancer Ambassador. The Bishop of Agota Diocese Anglican Communion, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, has commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for giving free education to students and pupils in Anambra public schools. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha reports.
Speaking at the Cathedral Church of St. John, Ekwulobia, in Agota local government area, during the 2023 annual harvest and paying of homage of the diocese, Bishop Ezofo remarked how he and his wife sang the Universal Free Education song of the 1970s, which was on the lips of every child enjoying free education then, few days before the announcement, adding that the recent heartwarming announcement by the governor deserves thanks.
It's a welcome idea. What the governor has said about education from primary school to JS3. I particularly am happy. I remember that last week my wife and I were sing the universal song, universal free education song. But we learned in the 70s, and it was a kind of memory. And so we're happy.
Corroborating her husband, the bishop's wife and president of Agwata Diocesan Women's Ministry, Mrs. Chinyere Ezofo said it was God that put it in the heart of the governor to give free education from primary school to JSS 3 in Anambra public schools, and prayed God to speak to the governor about other areas that need intervention in order to continuously to make Anambra the envy of other states. Acknowledging that private schools charge exorbitant fees and that hardship in the land is taking great toll on the people, Mrs. Ezofo expressed happiness over the governor's pronouncement and advised parents who find it difficult to continue training their words in private schools to withdraw and enroll them in public schools in Anambra, now with quality assurance, adding that going forward, no parents will have any excuse not to send their children to school.
I was so happy because the hardship is too much. People are still suffering to eat. Then think of paying school fees in some of these our private schools that charge exorbitantly. Their school fees is so something else. So I'm so happy for our government.
On her part, a retired director of education, Oka and Agwata Zone Post-Primary School Service Commission, Dr. Uche Moananu, said the governor's announcement of recruitment of additional 3,000 teachers will help to take care of lack of teachers in many subject areas. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
In NES, Mrs. Tochukwu Anaso says the free education policy of Governor Chukwuma Soludo will help in a great way in dealing with a number of out-of-school children in Anambra State. She stated this during an interview with education correspondent Queen Anibogo on the free education policy of Anambra government. Her report.
Mrs. Anaso, who said she is a product of government school, which was free during her time, expressed excitement at free education policy of Anambra government, saying it will benefit especially children from less privileged homes. She noted that apart from the free education policy, government should motivate teachers through training and retraining, improved salaries, provide sporting facilities for school children, and other convenient structures to make public schools attractive.
That they will also be motivated to do their job. Yes, is a free educational policy that will benefit especially the less privileged in the society that cannot afford to send their children to school.
A technician, Mr. Amos Emenike, in his input, applauded the policy, saying it will bring great relief to parents considering the economic situation in Nigeria today, where many parents can no longer send their children to school. He added that employment of more qualified teachers and regular monitoring of staff and students of public schools to ensure that teachers do not shy away from their work will cause everyone to sit up.
Of parents, and we're executing na primary school. So,
contributing a seamstress, Mrs. Charity Ngoye advised teachers to be committed to their job, stop student truancy, and called on other governors to emulate the free education policy of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Queen Anibogo reporting for ABS News.
Still to come on the news this morning, power sector electricity workers issue Minister Adelabu 2 weeks ultimatum. Floods kill 11 people in South Africa, cut off 1,500 homes from power grid. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns in a moment. Join us again.
Want to know what's coming, guys? The free beach ball! I guess I'd better start again. Oh, here we go, everybody. Free beach ball! Yes, guys, there's a free beach ball in every carton of Capri Sun. Get a carton, get a ball. It's time to play some more. Hooray! Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
Welcome back. The National Union of Electricity Employees, NUEE, is giving the new Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, 2 weeks to address lingering issues or be ready to deploy officers in the office of a National Security Advisor, ONSA, to run the power sector. Acting Director Secretary of NUEE, Dominic Iwebike, expressed worry at the alleged public display of ignorance by the newly appointed Minister of Power since his assumption of office, saying he has not deemed it necessary to reach out to critical stakeholders in the sector to engender effective collaboration, optimize productivity, and increase the power output. The workers allege that Adelabu, since his assumption, has embarked on a media frenzy to misinform Nigerians and openly threaten workers in the sector. The union alleged that the minister has decided to play to the gallery like some of his predecessors by promising thousands of megawatts without any clear roadmap. NUEE said that Adelabu should be properly guided to prevent a recurrence of system collapse that was experienced in last few days. The electricity workers urged the minister to be concerned about outstanding issues like the refusal to issue prepaid meters to Nigerians who are being compelled to pay crazy bills, less than 4,500 megawatts output of electricity, among others. The people of Neyi Uweri community, Anambra East local government area, have appealed to the state government to come and intervene on the distressed Afia Amobumbede Umweri road before it gets worse. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye has details.
Taking the ABS through the road, a stakeholder in the community, Chief Obelo Anipe, who appreciated Governor Chuma Soludo for his numerous works in the state, including the renovation of Umweri General Hospital, called on him to intervene in the said road so that the huge resources spent few years ago in constructing the road will not be a waste. Chief Obelo, who noted that the community had been doing so many palliatives on the road before it goes beyond their reach, appealed to the Anambra State government to also come and curtail gully erosions at Meshie Road and after Anambra East Secretariat, both in Otuasha.
So I saw the press, we are going to governor. Makana I'm an innovator while Louisiana and I'm not a megide governor of the government. I'm as a Macamili at the Bush and
For a resident of the area, Miss China Samora, the road is very strategic to them and we echo the call for government to come to their aid as the constant rains this season is doing more harm on the already stressed road. Also speaking, Ifeoma Chukwuorono, whose house is along the road, maintained that if nothing urgent is done on the road, it will get worse, which will hamper their movement, especially on evacuating their farm produce. From Neyi Umweri in Anambra East local government area, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Reports say that at least 11 people have been killed after heavy rain and winds hit South Africa's Western Cape province, including Cape Town, leaving a trail of destruction. Authorities warn that the death toll might rise as the flood subsides. The destructive weather flooded homes, tore off roofs, destroyed crops and damaged roads and other infrastructure. Rescue teams are still searching for people who are feared trapped in their partially submerged homes. 8 of the 11 people who died were electrocuted in an informal settlement when water swamped illegal connections to the power lines. 72 primary school pupils and 10 adults were trapped in a resort in the town of Oudtshoorn after the nearby Leros River overflowed. They were rescued on Wednesday morning after the water had subsided. More than 80 roads were closed and at least 15,000 homes were cut off from the power grid. Electricity Minister Koi Sentosho Roma Kagopa said. The hope of Nigeria jointly hosting the 2027 edition of the African Cup of Nations AFCON along with Benin Republic was dashed on Wednesday. This follows a decision by the Confederation of African Football CAF toward the hosting rights to Eastern African nations. Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda, who all presented a joint bid for the continent's flagship football tournament. Nigeria, who last hosted AFCON in the year 2000 alongside Ghana, went into the poll with other potential hosts, confident of securing the right. However, the federal government delegation led by the Minister for Sports Development, John Owen Eno, was left disappointed in Cairo, Egypt, when CAF revealed the winner of the coveted hosting rights. CAF's decision many believe is a wake-up call to Nigeria that a lot still needs to be done in terms of provision of top-notch sporting facilities and general infrastructure as a whole. And that's just about it on the news this morning. But before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Anambra State Governor Soludo has said Anambra Art Exhibition is necessary for human capital development. Ongoing recruitment into Anambra Health sector is for indigents, non-indigents. Power sector. Electricity workers have issued the Minister Adelabu 2 weeks ultimatum. And on the foreign scene, we told you that floods have killed 11 people in South Africa, cut off 1,500 homes from power grid. To end the news, here is the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news at 7. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning.